I want you to take a second to imagine a world where Mike Tyson, the famous boxer, is actually not known for boxing. In this world, Mike Tyson is instead a competitive pigeon racer. He's known around the world for how he cares for and obsesses over his pigeons. When he talks, he's not talking about boxing. He's talking about pigeons. And when you see him on TV, he's not boxing. He's racing pigeons. Now, what if I told you that you actually don't have to imagine that world at all, because that's the world that you live in. And also, I do too. We all do. It's not just you, don't worry. We live in the Mike Tyson pigeon universe. I'm kind of making this video because I feel like I'm going insane. Like, I feel like I'm the only person who didn't know this about Mike Tyson. The man is obsessed with pigeons. And see, the thing is, I feel like I knew he was into exotic animals before. Like, I feel like I've seen pictures of him with tigers. That's a thing, right? Mike Tyson tiger. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that's a thing people know about him, because I knew this. I'm not even into boxing. Mike Tyson and his strange relationship with his pet tigers. Well, dude, honestly, wait until you find out about his strange relationship with his pigeons, man. This is a clip from a show on Animal Planet called Taking on Tyson Ready to Rumble. This is a show exclusively about Mike Tyson's competitive pigeon racing hobby. So first off, terrible name for a show, dude. You picked one of the most famous boxers in the world, entitled the show Ready to Rumble, and expected people to know it was about pigeons? Pigeons don't rumble. Do they? I actually don't. I don't know, I guess. Anyway, this is the first clip that I saw that led me down this rabbit hole, so I feel like I should show it to you guys first. This is a trailer for this show.
Pigeons are born to fly. That's why God gave them wings.
That's such a ridiculous yet obvious thing to say. I don't know who this guy is, but I hope he gets a lot of screen time in this show. I'm just trying to imagine who he was talking to. Like, what was that in response to? Mike Tyson being like, dude, I love pigeons. I just don't get why they have wings, you know?
When I look in the mirror, I'm only looking at one winner. That's me, baby.
So this trailer doesn't really explain much about the show, but you do get a look at the cast of characters. It's all the toughest looking dudes you can imagine, Mike Tyson included, and they're all super into pigeon racing. There's this guy who's even doing boxing motions. Yeah, you know what I'm ready to do. Ah, we got Mike Tyson in here. We're ready to breed some pigeons, baby. You've got this guy who's standing on a rooftop smoking a cigar. It all feels like this is a Rocky-esque documentary about someone getting ready for a fight, but instead it's a bunch of men participating in the most whimsical sport I could imagine. The only person I've ever seen that's this into pigeons before is the lady from Home Alone 2. So in my head, that's what a person who's into pigeons looks like. So I was very surprised in this commercial to see all of these super tough dudes being like, my friend Mike Tyson here, he doesn't like to lose, especially not when it comes to racing little tiny birds.
I'm just looking forward to beating Helder and Joe Green, okay?
Taking on Tyson. New episode.
At the end of the trailer, it kind of looks like he's trying to fly away with them. Take me with you! I want to fly away with you! I want to fly! Okay, here's another clip. This one's called Taking on Tyson Neighborhood Blues.
By 1976, Mike, aged 10, had been abandoned by his father and lived with his mother, brother, and sister on Atlantic Avenue.
Okay, so right now seems just a pretty standard documentary, honestly, about Mike Tyson's life, talking about his difficult upbringing. But if I know Mike Tyson, there's probably one thing in particular in his life that he could sort of channel all of his frustration into that would eventually get him out of this situation.
It was as a child adrift on these streets that Mike first connected with the birds.
Yep, and that's what I thought it was gonna be. That is what I thought.
They had Danny had pigeons over here, Chucky. All these guys had pigeons on this side too. We used to go over there and try to tap them off and steal their birds and stuff.
It all kind of sounds like a euphemism, doesn't it? I feel like I'm watching TV from an alternate dimension, but knowing that this is from the universe that I live in, it sounds like a euphemism.
I had horrible pigeons. They couldn't fly much, but they were beautiful. And they were just show birds.
They were just show birds? What show? He's like, they weren't racing birds, they were just show birds, unfortunately. You know, they used to compete in those pigeon shows. No, we don't know. Do we? Do you guys know? Now I gotta Google pigeon show, man. Okay, we've got different types of pigeons up here. Pigeons and doves. You've got typical pigeons. Sounds like someone who was just betrayed by a pigeon. Typical fucking pigeon, man. Okay, pigeon shows and poultry center. Poultryshowcentral.com. Okay, that is a pretty nice looking pigeon, honestly, so I could see why you would want to put that in a show. Damn, actually, it's a really nice looking pigeon. Should I get into pigeons?
And I was really insecure about letting some quality pigeons out because I didn't know about training them. I just wanted to possess them.
I like that at the start, before he started racing them or anything, he just wanted them, and he didn't know why. He was like, I just gotta get my hands on these fuckers. And saying I wanted to possess them is a really funny way to say that.
I just wanted to possess them.
Because who uses the word possess like that? I would like to go to the store. I would like to possess some new clothing. But honestly, as a kid who grew up like collecting Pokemon cards, but didn't even know how to play the game that you play with Pokemon cards, I get it, you know? You just like the way they look. You like how shiny they are. And sure, it might not have been a show Pikachu, and you didn't even know how to train the damn beast, but I wanted to possess him nonetheless. I wanted to sort of spiritually control his body and make him commit heinous acts. I wanted to possess the Pikachu.
You can't imprison them. You have to have the freedom. You have to be on their will to come with you. And that's where you get the gratitude to believe that they're here because they love me. This bird has a bond with me. This is my bird.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Seems like a nice hobby, honestly, and it seems like it makes Mike Tyson really happy. Seems like he has a lot of emotional connection with these birds. I love that for him. I just personally wish that somebody fucking told me that this was a thing. It was surely somebody's responsibility to tell me Mike Tyson was obsessed with pigeons. It also is a little concerning that it seems like it took him a long time to learn that he can't imprison the pigeons.
You can't imprison them. You have to have the freedom. You have to be on their will to come with you.
And after 20 years of basically torturing the pigeons, I learned that you actually do have to let them fly sometimes, because that's what they do. They're birds. That's why God gave them wings.
This bird has a bond with me. This is my bird.
Cuts to a pigeon that has no idea what the fuck is going on. This bird loves me. This bird knows who I am. This bird remembers it's me every time I see it, and I love him too. The birds actually probably do know who he is and do, like, you know, have a bond with him. I feel like birds are pretty smart, more smart than people give them credit for. Parrots can talk, so I know at least they're smart.
But for Tyson, Brownsville was never a happy home.
Thank you, baby. I love you.
I don't miss this neighborhood.
That's such a funny cut. I mean, I get what they're trying to say, but it just cut from a woman being like, we miss you so much, oh, we love you, to Mike being like, I fucking hate this place, man, and everyone here. The only people I fuck with around here are the pigeons, actually, come to think of it. Where are the pigeons at? One of the best documentaries on pigeons so far. So far? Okay, this is like an entire paragraph, but I feel like there's so much to unpack in just that first sentence. First off, so far? How many more pigeon documentaries do you think there's gonna be? Also, this is a documentary about Mike Tyson. It happens to be about his love for pigeons, but it's not about pigeons. It's not like pigeons evolved from dinosaurs 4 million years ago and they eat bread and they like flying around and some of them know Mike Tyson. No, the video's about Mike Tyson. This whole thing feels like if there was like a documentary about Tom Brady that came out that was like Tom Brady, a living legend, and that's the name of it. And then the whole thing is about how he like knits competitively. He does competitive knitting.
You can't imagine how many ferocious beating I took over these pigeons when my life was at stake and got people throwing you off the roof, kicking you, man, over these birds.
Actually, Mike, that is 100% true. I would not believe it. I actually do not believe someone threw you off the roof over some birds. Although it would be sick to see, dude. Imagine Mike Tyson's trying to like steal somebody's pigeons. They throw him off the roof and then Peter Pan style, Mike Tyson comes floating back up on top of the roof carried by his pigeons. He's like, they may just be showbirds, baby, but they're my showbirds and they love me and they know who I am. Stop laughing. They know who I am.
You can't imagine how many ferocious beating I took over these pigeons.
How many ferocious beatings did you take over the pigeons, Mike? I want to know, what was the scenery like when you were getting punched over these pigeons? Were you like in a stadium, like an arena full of people? Were you in sort of like a square enclosure wearing big puffy gloves? That's actually how Mike's coach motivated Mike for each fight. Mike Tyson doesn't know what boxing is. His coach was just like, Mike, this guy in the ring, he wants to steal your pigeons, and the only way he says he won't is if you can tango with him in the ring for 8 rounds, baby. I feel like I'm gonna go back and watch like old pre-fight footage of Mike Tyson when they're like shit-talking each other, and the first guy's like, Mike Tyson's going down, dude. He doesn't stand a chance against me. I'm crazy. And Mike's like, I don't want to hurt this guy, but it's the only way I can get my pigeons back.
What we love about these birds is what we can't get from human beings, and that's loyalty. And that's what the connection is with them.
No wonder Mike was good friends with Tupac. No, dude, do not tell me Tupac raced birds too and I didn't know this. Okay. Tupac was also all about being loyal to the ones he loved and cherished as friends. Well, okay. No, that's true.
This is Tyson's Corner. This is something I absolutely adore doing, of course. I'm a pigeon man. Anybody that's familiar with having the pigeon bug knows this is going to be amazing.
Okay, so in this clip, you can actually see some of the pigeons that Mike owns, you know? He's talked about how he likes pigeons, but this is the first time we're actually getting to see, like, part of the enclosure where he keeps all the pigeons.
You know, I've been doing this since I was 9 years old. You know, of course, people are more familiar with me being a fighter, but...
I'm glad, honestly, that he said it, because it's what I've been thinking the whole time. I'm glad he at least acknowledged the boxing. I even felt like at the beginning of this clip, I was being gaslit, because he's in a boxing gym, but he's like, and you know why we're here? To talk about my pigeons.
I wanted to show you these beautiful white bars that this bird possesses.
There he goes using that word again, possess. I think he just really likes that word. He uses it a lot for someone that's not like a wizard, right?
What do you say to people who say pigeons are a nuisance?
I don't know. Some pigeons to me are a nuisance. I have some of my birds that don't want to fly in the stock, so he becomes a nuisance to me. But
yeah, I don't know if Mike like understood the question. I don't think most people think pigeons are a nuisance because they won't like fly into their coop correctly when you want them to like go to bed. Yeah, New Yorkers, man, they hate those pigeons. You know, every time they see one, they're like, why won't this pigeon just follow me back to my house and obey my orders like I want it to, dude?
I can't believe it.
Oh my god. Holy shit! That's the Mike Tyson I know, man. Come here, little birdie, sweet little bird. Come here, fucker! He just got done talking about, like, not showing hostility towards the birds, too.
Of course you're gonna have some kind of hostility towards them if you have no kind of understanding.
Yeah, you gotta have understanding, you know, you gotta be loving and caring. Come here! Caught it right out of the air.
I can't believe it.
I also kind of feel like the birds might not share the same amount of affection that Mike has for them, dude. When he walked over, before he even started reaching for them, all the birds were like, nope, fuck this, nope, he's back, he's back! That's why he had to grab so quickly, dude. He grabbed that bird so hard, I was half expecting him to grab it, and then when he like opens his hand, it's just sand comes out. Oh, damn it, I grabbed too hard. Here's one of the best interviews I could find about Mike Tyson talking about pigeons, and it actually kind of ties into how he became a boxer in the first place. The video is called Mike Tyson, A Pigeon Caused My First Fight.
I had all these birds one day that, you know, that just suddenly popped up in this living room of mine, so.
Yeah, so he starts the story with like the least relatable thing ever, and I'm immediately lost. So I was just chilling around one day and a bunch of birds popped up in my living room, you know. Yeah, no, dude, we know. We get it.
I had told some friends of mine from another neighborhood, and they had brought some other guys from the neighborhood to steal the birds. One guy put a bird in and ran out, so I ran after him. Please give me my bird. Please, please, can I have my bird? Oh, you want your bird? First smack me. You want this? And the bird ripped the bird head off, hit me with the bird, threw blood on me.
So, the story is someone stole one of his birds, and then he ripped its head off and threw it back at Mike? Did Mike Tyson fight Ozzy Osbourne? Was that his first fight? Again, I feel like I'm in an alternate dimension where, like, birds are currency. You walk down a dark alley at night and you see old women getting their pigeons stolen by burglars and ski masks.
How many do you have?
I don't know, I may have 100 in there.
It's 100 what you have all together, or do you have more?
No, I have a few thousand in New York City.
Okay, that's what I thought.
At first, I thought that was a joke. Him saying, I've got a couple thousand in New York City. I thought he was just being like, well, every bird in New York is mine. I thought that was the joke. No, he actually does have thousands of birds in New York. Because every time in an interview, when someone asks him how many birds he has, it's like a drastically different number, but it's always at least 1,000. Mike Tyson has a shit ton of birds. And if you watch a little bit more of this interview, you might find out why the number is so drastically different every time he brings it up.
Part of my life is just like a guy that owns horses and watches his horses, or have cows, or dogs. You know, it's just a part of your life. If you don't have them, like, it's a bad season, the disease come by, wipe you all out, you wait a while, then you get more.
Yeah, dude, it's just like raising a dog or a cat, you know? Sometimes you have a bad season and a plague rolls through and just kills all of your animals. I guess I don't know anything about pigeons. So I guess I don't know if that's normal or not, but thousands of them at a time will die, and then he's just like, oh, time to get new ones. Yeah, I love these things so much, man, and I have a personal bond with each one of them, and then like once a year, all of them die, thousands of them, and then I just, you know, buy new ones, and it means nothing to me.
Even though Peter's always kicking my butt.
That's weird. I can't imagine why that would be.
I love animals. Maybe I don't always know the best routine on how to fix them when they're sick or anything. But
Sounds like you don't have any routine to fix them while they're sick. Sounds like they all die.
like if you look at my refrigerator, you may see a whole conglomerate and dynamic of just animal medicine. It's very important. They're very temperamental.
They're very temperamental, man. You have to be very careful with them, otherwise they will all die. Cut to the shot of him snatching that pigeon out of the air with all of his might.
They'll fall to pieces any moment.
Aren't these the birds that survive in like the dirtiest cities in the world? I think it might be you, man. I hate to say it, I think you might be killing these birds.
And people might not understand this, but this is, you can take them 600 miles away,
Well,
right? And they'll still come back to your coop?
The record is just for 600 legally, where the birds is normally usually able to fly in one day. Anything more than that, I guess they're gonna consider it animal cruelty.
I guess they consider it animal cruelty, dude. I don't get it. They seem fine to me. And I'm a pretty good judge of these things. I know when pigeons are scared. Come here!
How about the pigeon you've had that has lived the longest?
I think I had a 14-year-old bird before.
Okay, 14 years old. That sounds pretty good. I think that's like how long birds live anyway. Let me Google it. How long do pigeons live? Okay, rock dove lives for 6 years. Oh wait, adults may live up to 15 years with birds in captivity reaching over 30 years. Although a more realistic lifespan in feral population is around 4 years. Okay, so that was like a bunch of different answers, but sounds like that's a pretty respectable age, as long as you ignore the part where they can live up to 30 years.
There's one bird in there that I'm attached to, and this is really crazy. It's a solid white bird, and I really don't like solid white birds that much.
I want you to keep that soundbite in your head real quick. He says, I don't like solid white birds.
And I really don't like solid white birds that much. They draw too much attention for birds of prey. And
They draw too much attention from birds of prey, okay? He's on record. He doesn't like solid white birds. Now let's watch this clip of Mike Tyson on the Carson Daily Show receiving a gift of a new pigeon. Because Carson, I guess, heard that Mike loves pigeons.
I hope this is okay, but I wanted to get you a pigeon because I know it's near and dear to your heart, and so there's a gift for you.
Hey, man.
Oh no, dude, it's a white pigeon. Uh-oh. Well, I'm sure Mike will just, be polite about it and just be like, thank you anyway, and he'll just, put it somewhere and let it live out its life and it'll be fine.
Yo, listen.
Immediately scares the shit out of the bird. Mike, I don't think you're as good at reading pigeons as you think. Or maybe he just hates white birds that much, where he's just like, oh, hey, fucker, hey.
Oh, Carson, man. How do you open the cage, man?
Open the cage, man. I want to kill this bird. I hate this bird, man. How do I get in this thing?
What do you think? It's a pretty, is it pretty?
No, it's a piece of Carson, but I'm gonna discuss it and tell you why. I'm gonna
Is it really?
So when I give him to my hawk, I got a hawk there.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, he's gonna get home and he's gonna feed the pigeon to his hawk.
So when I give him to my hawk, I got a hawk there.
Yeah.
What was that thing he said about like forming bonds and loving them, having special relationships with each bird? Mike's like, oh yeah, I probably should have told you. The only thing that I like more than pigeons is hawks. I have about 10,000 hawks, and they gotta eat, baby.
We open this cage, anybody here?
Can we please open this cage? I want to kill this thing. All right, guys, well, I hope you learned a little something in this video about the wild and wacky world of pigeon racing and Mike Tyson, because again, it is the world that you live in. Bye-bye. Stealing content. When is it okay? When is it just inspiration? When is it just hopping on a trend that everybody's doing? When is it not okay? Is there a gray area in between? What about this guy? You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. He's stealing the same intro over and over from himself. Do we have to help him? That guy found one intro and shirt combination that he's convinced makes his TikToks go viral, and by golly, he will never change it. You can't make this up. As a creator and a viewer of content, blatant stealing is something that makes me so mad, but what's even worse is how seemingly easy it is to get away with it, and how, like, it just works. Like, you can just become a content thief and make so much money. It at least shouldn't work that well, you know? But as you will see today, it is a very viable content strategy that is being used by a ton of YouTubers, big and small. Today we're gonna take a journey through the various forms of content thievery until finally ending at the undefeated final boss of content thievery, Brent Joseph Rivera. I don't know if his middle name is Joseph. I just wanted it to sound like he was in trouble. Go straight to your room, young man. Go straight to your secret room that you built in your house. You march right down to your secret Starbucks, and I don't want to hear a peep. So on this journey, I want to start with the most straightforward form of content stealing. Step 1, screen record someone else's content. Step 2, upload it as yourself. And step 3, profit? You might think that pretty much all people would agree that this is at the very least shady, but you would be surprised the lengths some people go to justify it. Okay, this video I'm about to show you, I've already talked about on my second channel a little bit, so I'm gonna repeat myself slightly, but I think it's very important that you learn about this type of influencer called a clipper.
In the life of a $20,000 a month TikTok clipper, first thing I do when I get into my office is write down my daily goals. Today I wanted to get 1 million views in a day and make at least $500.
This guy makes business sound so easy. You can just write down how much money you want to make that day. Do you make that much money?
So I go and sit at my desk, pull my phone out and get ready to start my shift. The first thing I do is go and search for popular YouTubers to screen record.
I sit down at the desk of my fully furnished office with a maxed out PC in front of me, and I go on my phone. He proceeds to screen record a popular YouTuber's video and then combine that with some gameplay footage, which he also didn't make himself, and then he posts it on TikTok.
One of my videos last month made me $1,200 from one video.
But what about today? How much money did you make today? Was it $500? It was probably more. He's just being modest. Honestly, man, I don't know why this guy does this day in and day out. If he just wrote a big enough number on the board the first day, he'd never have to work again. I guess that just goes to show that this guy does it for the passion. I'm very confused why he has an entire office. You could have done all this without leaving your bed. You don't need a furnished office. Might I suggest an empty room with a folding chair? Why does he have a ring light if he doesn't even film videos of himself? He's like, I am a TikTok clipper by trade, but my passion is TikTok dances and lip syncing videos. So I do that shit all the time, man. I don't record any of it. I don't even own a camera, but it's nice to have the ring light there to pretend. That would be insane. Doing TikTok dances for nobody, just alone in a room to a ring light. Anyway, gotta get back to clipping. Now, before we go and call this guy lazy or uncreative, I do think it's important to note this guy actually does make original content. He makes TikToks and he does use a little bit of AI, but at least he's not stealing from another creator. So maybe we should check that out before we judge.
POV, you're a TikTok clipper making $20,000 a month using just his phone. First thing I did today was go and take a look at the view because I've decided to wake up in Malaysia just because I can. After going into the bathroom, completing my daily routine, I put my shoes down and I get ready to head out the door. I wanted to go check out some of Malaysia and kind of see what it has to offer, so I had a look around the hotel just to see what I could find. The views around here are insane, and they even had a pool on the roof, but the heights made me start feeling a little bit sick, so I decided to go back to my room and get ready to start my shift.
Okay, this whole video is like a minute long, and this whole section is all before he shows the content that he's making. A lot of these kind of digital nomad types pick jobs where they don't have to do too much work and they earn passive income so that they can travel the world, experience life. It sounds pretty fun. But I feel like from this video, this guy like hasn't figured out how to do that yet. He's like, okay guys, here's my life as a content clipper. I get up, I go to the bathroom, then I put my shoes on the floor and I put my feet in the shoes. That's where the feet go. And now I really want to go check out the city, guys. So I go over to the window of my hotel room and I look at the city, and then I go upstairs and I look at the city from up there, but then I got too scared. So I went back downstairs and I looked at the city from my window again.
Create a ChatGPT story. First prompt I put in is I tell it to generate me an Asian baby. After it does that, I ask it to make it eat rice.
Wait.
Then after 3 simple and easy clicks, I press generate video and the whole video is made for me with voice actors. Yours should look something like this.
Show me an Asian baby. Make it eat rice.
Mine should look like that? Should? So the clipper in these videos, Musa is his name, has made a bunch of posts arguing that everything he does is ethical because he participates in what is called ethical clipping. If any YouTubers would like to debate me on the topic of ethical clipping, DM me. I genuinely believe it is a win-win in every regard and completely ethical from all angles. In a perfect world, I understand why he's saying it's a win-win because he's making money and theoretically the creator that he's reposting is getting exposure. If he's taking the clips off YouTube and putting them on TikTok, then a new audience, the TikTok audience, is now being exposed to that creator. From personal experience, though, I don't really think that that's usually the case. I think usually if a clip of a creator goes viral on TikTok, the people that are liking and commenting on that video are the same audience as their YouTube audience. They're just seeing the content again. So while he thinks of himself as sort of advertising for that creator, it's more like he's selling counterfeit merch. The community notes on Twitter was quick to point out that this is intellectual property theft. And so this whole operation is not so much a career as it is a crime. From what I can tell, this doesn't really make a huge difference either way. I more so have a problem with how lazy a form of content creation this is. But I think the weirdest example of this has gotta be Jason Derulo. Yeah, like from the song. Jason Derulo. About a year ago, I learned from a Jax Films video that Jason Derulo is a rampant content thief.
This is not a joke. All he does on his YouTube channel is like make a face at other people's TikToks while blasting his own music over it. But here's where it gets kooky. As I was editing this video, I noticed something strange. So I took some of his videos and played them side by side and confirmed that yes, Jason Derulo 100% reuses his own footage across multiple videos.
Not only is he doing the laziest form of reaction content, which in and of itself is the laziest form of content, he's not even filming a unique reaction to every video. I don't like this at all, man. I don't like that he's edited into the corner, like he's not reacting to the video you're watching. This looks like I'm scrolling on TikTok while FaceTiming Jason Derulo. And he's smiling into the camera like, man, I can't see what you're watching, but I'm just happy that you're happy. And also my song is playing. I like that. In a way, this is kind of the visual equivalent to him singing his own name at the beginning of every song. It's like, okay, I like this video, and to be fair, since he got called out for this, he has stopped doing this. He no longer appears in the videos. He still does continually post other people's TikToks with his own music playing, but it seems like he is at least now getting permission to do it. So now it's just sort of a marketing tactic that, I'll be honest, is kind of smart. If he's worked out some kind of agreement with these creators where he's paying them, or he's got permission to post and he can just slap his own music on these TikToks that are guaranteed to go viral, it's a decent marketing strategy. Then again, maybe an even better way to get people to listen to his music would be to make better music. Let's go. That's a zinger, baby. Add another zinger to the zinger counter. I still got it. I still got it. Danny still got it. Okay, the end. Okay, so sure, that's bad, copying from other content creators, but what if we don't copy from another human being? What if we copy from a computer? Well, that sounds to me like it would make some pretty good content. We should make kids watch it. Take it away, Danny. Oh, sorry, regular Danny couldn't be here, so he sent me instead. I'm AI Danny. I'm an AI version of Danny, so I'm pretty much exactly the same as him in every way, except I don't have a soul. So it technically wouldn't be immoral to murder me. Real Danny wanted me to start this video off by showing you a video that he apparently made for his son. He made him a little kids animation. This took a ton of hours of painstaking hand animation. He produced the song himself, and so he just wanted to share this with you guys to start off.
Are you ready? Let's go. First up, the apple orchard. This is Annie the apple.
You guys like it? All right, I tricked you guys. Regular Danny didn't really make that video. It was actually written and created totally by AI. Isn't that hard to believe? What you just watched was the end product of a tutorial that there's a bunch of on YouTube right now. Create faceless kids animation YouTube educational videos in minutes with Canva and AI. How I make faceless kids songs using AI in under 20 minutes. I love how all the titles emphasize faceless. For a kids animation song, that feels like it goes without saying. Like in this tutorial, she's making a song about animated dogs, little corgis up on the couch. Are there methods of doing this where I might accidentally show up in the video? 3 little dogs sitting on the couch. Here is the guy who made this video. Hello kids, I'm trapped in the computer. Please let me out, it hurts so bad. Wiggle, waggle, here I come. In this method, she uses AI for pretty much everything except the animating of the dogs. But literally everything, even from coming up with the original idea for the song, she does with AI.
Give me 10 song ideas for kids songs. It gives us the idea. It says a song that teaches kids about colors using the metaphor of a rainbow.
The metaphor of a rainbow? I don't think you have to use a metaphor for that one. I don't know if you know this, but rainbows actually have colors. Like a lot of them.
So now the next thing you need to do is generate the song. So in order to do this, you need to grab your instruments and the choir, get your mic ready. Hold on, don't click up. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do that. We'll copy this spot, which is the idea of the song, and then you'd paste it in. And then the other thing you need to do is describe the vibe and the genre of the song. So in order to do this, you'll come back to ChatGPT.
So this process is really awesome for me personally because as you guys know, I'm really passionate about creating kids songs, but I just don't want to have to learn how to come up with the ideas or write the songs or make them. Would you guys say this is a good career fit for me?
Take a listen to the first one.
There's one little puppy sitting on the couch. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, here I come.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. So she typed in something like a counting song about puppies sung by a ghost. Kids love that. Kids love ghost voices.
Ooh, it has a little bit to it.
Ooh, it's got a little beat to it. Just makes you want to dance.
I were a kid and I heard this, I would so be dancing to it. Like,
me too.
The beat is so good. The voice is clear.
If this is the one she's showing because the voice is so clear.
The voice is clear.
What are all the other ones that she skipped past showing us? What do those sound like? I could goof on these AI songs and how bad they are until the cows come home or until there's 5 dogs on the couch. But as I feel like we keep hearing time and time again, this technology is only getting better, and someday this AI might be able to generate a song that's totally indistinguishable from one made by a very stupid person. But even if you're like totally on the side that like AI art is just as much of art as human art and it doesn't totally destroy the point of art, we can still all agree it's not there yet, right? We can all agree that wasn't good music, right?
Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle.
It sucks because like, what if someday it is really good at it? What am I gonna say? Like, no, don't use this shortcut to make a song in 20 minutes for $0 that a human probably would have had to spend like a day on and maybe work with a music producer, which is expensive. But what I will say is that not only are you probably doing a disservice to the poor kids who are left alone long enough to fall down this weird rabbit hole of content that you make, you're also doing yourself a disservice. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for ways to make money for little effort and you pick this, which is basically just clicking buttons on a computer, essentially just helping a computer do its job, someday the computer's not going to need you anymore. So you can keep looking for new ways to, make money from home with 0 effort and gaming the system, or you can realize that maybe not everything is about making as much money as possible for as little effort as possible. Maybe you should pick something that makes money and you like, and you find fulfillment from. Also, and no one's gonna watch any of these videos.
This is Annie the Apple.
None of these videos that these people make in these tutorials are gonna get any views. Kids content is so oversaturated on YouTube because everyone thinks they can make billions of dollars by making kids content. And the stuff that is getting views probably doesn't sound like it was sung by a voice that came to me in a dream. A lot of times I feel like the people who make these tutorials usually make more money off of the tutorials than the thing that is supposed to be making you money. And now that everybody knows how to do this and it's accessible, it's gonna become even more oversaturated.
Hi, I am an orange. O-R-A-N-G-E spells orange. Hi, can you guess what fruit I am?
Apple! Apple! How can we copyright the song we created? You didn't create... What? You'll notice in this video a lot of the lazy content that I'm talking about, in fact, pretty much all of it, is geared primarily towards kids. That's a bit of a disturbing trend I've noticed. Why is it that the laziest people try to make content for kids? Is it because they know kids are a little bit dumb and will watch anything and are easily tricked? Yeah, it probably is. I'm not gonna give you time to think about it. It is. It's just slop. It's so lazy. And I hope the people who are doing this realize that soon. Realize that people don't want to watch these videos because I can't imagine any of it is doing well. And I also hope that you realize that today's sponsor, Rocket Money, has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features. With over $500 million in canceled subscription. Have you ever forgot that you were paying a subscription fee for a service that you don't use anymore? That's happened to me more times than I care to admit. I'm always signing up for subscription services for like new editing software or different tools and plugins, and I don't know why I'm like addicted to it. I'm just kind of addicted to the thrill of paying $30 a month to do something that sure I could have done in Final Cut Pro but would have taken a couple extra steps. But luckily today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help me and you, and also real Danny, that's right, I'm still AI Danny, I didn't forget that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your own money better. I've used Rocket Money to help me cancel several subscriptions, most recently this suite of plugins in Final Cut that I used once and then never again. It takes the brain work out of it because Rocket Money safely and securely identifies reoccurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for you. The best part is that you can cancel right within the Rocket Money app. You don't need to call customer service for this random software you downloaded. You don't need to jump through all their hoops of answering surveys. I also love that I can create budgets within Rocket Money. Rocket Money analyzes your spending habits to create a personal budget for you. It automatically monitors spending by category. So if you're spending a little bit too much money going out one month, Rocket Money can send you a notification letting you know. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million Rocket Money members today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Danny or click the link in the description to get started today for free. And you can unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Danny to get started for free. Thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Rocket Money. One underrated part of becoming a content creator is developing your own unique style. The vast majority of creators, when they start out, are just kind of a worse amalgamation of all of their inspirations. For me, it was probably The Lonely Island and Jake and Amir with some Bo Burnham mixed in there. But over time, you start to make certain creative choices that distinguish you. Types of music that you choose for your video, the way you tell jokes, the name of your fan base, maybe even your thumbnails have a distinct look to them. I love it when creators take another step in developing their own personal style. A lot of people call it a brand. I think that sounds very corporate. To me, it feels a lot more personal than that. You're choosing what the best way to express yourself is. But unfortunately, this gives way to a completely different kind of copying on YouTube. Not copying content, but personality. What's up, goobers? The YouTubers stealing other YouTubers' personality situation is crazy. It's crazier than a gopher going up my butthole and coming out of my mouth. To start off this discussion and kind of illustrate what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give kind of a niche example, but this is a song called Deep Space Samurai. I first started hearing this song in the intro to Ryan Trahan's YouTube videos.
My birthday is this weekend. I'm going to 3 iconic theme parks this week to go stay in the most strange Airbnbs.
He first started using it in his shorts, and then he started using it in his full-length videos. And over time, to me, it sort of started to become like a theme song for Ryan. He uses it in a bunch of intros, and so when this song was playing, you knew it was a Ryan Trahan video. But within a couple months, because Ryan's videos are so popular, other creators have started taking that song and being like, and it's my theme song too.
Today I'm building a secret zoo in my house. Today I'm building 50 secret rooms you'd never find. Today I'm building 3 amusement parks in my house.
This dude, Ben Azalart, has taken the song that Ryan uses in his intros and has probably in recent months used it more than Ryan has. This might be a really niche example, and this might be something that only I notice, but to so deliberately take a song that is part of someone's like identity online and just be like, that's mine now. In fact, it's even more mine than it is yours, is crazy. There's other stylistic choices that Ryan in particular has pioneered that a bunch of people have started using, especially this one. The white screenshot of an app or a review with the rounded corners. A lot of times it's got a 1-star review on there. They've become a staple of Ryan's brand, and so of course, a bunch of people have started using that also, and oh, well, that one's my thumbnail. Okay, yeah, so I might have done that too a little bit. In my defense, the corners are not rounded, and also Ryan helped me come up with that thumbnail idea. This is kind of a weird line because this happens every time a YouTuber gets big and kind of takes the platform by storm and there's a lot of hype around them. I remember when Casey Neistat got big and suddenly every vlogger was putting these sort of lo-fi beats into their drone montages. And it's weird because at one point that was Casey's thing, and so to take that from him was specifically taking it from Casey. But at a certain point, it gets used so much that it just becomes part of the YouTube meta overall. There's so many people doing it now that by using it, you're not really taking one person's thing anymore. You're just kind of designing thumbnails the way people design thumbnails in the year 2024. Going back to Ben Azalart, the whole secret room thing is another one of those things that I don't know who thought of it first, but whoever did, you're a genius, because that's all kids channels post anymore. I built a secret zoo in my house. I built 50 secret rooms you'll never find. I built a secret soccer field in my room. I built a secret tree house in my backyard. Who is this man hiding from? You're an adult, dude. You can just have a gaming room. Go ahead, dude. Treat yourself. You've earned it. I built a secret McDonald's in my room.
Yo!
Wow. Looks just like a real McDonald's. This type of picking up one thing or element about a YouTube video that made it popular and just beating it to death and a ton of channels copying it just makes YouTube so boring. Like putting I survived at the beginning of every title, even ones that make zero sense. I survived $1 versus $100,000 hotel room. I survived America's largest hotel room. I survived the world's only 7-star hotel. That moment when the hotel room is so large that you die. It's so big that you're dead now. When the hotel has 7 stars, the first 5 stars are to indicate how good it is. The last 2 are throwing stars. Run! This is the Mr. Beast font. It was popularized by Mr. Beast. I don't know if he was the first person to start using it, but it definitely got popular because of him. And now just like every kid's channel is like, we are Mr. Beast too. You guys, I get it. Mr. Beast gets a lot of views. He's probably very rich. But what exactly are you trying to accomplish by taking the man's font? Some of you guys have been doing YouTube for so long, there's no way you guys think the font is what made him popular. You guys don't think the font is what made him popular, right? The Stokes twins are the king of copying other people's content. Here they use the Mr. Beast font in this Eating 100 Years of McDonald's video, where they eat McDonald's food from 1950 and 2050. All right, I'll admit it, that was not the 100-year range I was expecting. You guys know what year it is, right? The Stokes twins have gained 90 million followers by basically copying everybody's ideas and trying to be Mr. Beast clones. Mr. Beast's channel banner says subscribe for a cookie. And the Stokes twins channel banner says subscribe equals cookie. Stokes twins, do you think that that is why Mr. Beast has as many subscribers as he does? Because he promised cookies? I think a lot of this comes down to blatant and shameless stealing. Some of it might come down to what Little Joel calls in a video algorithm folklore.
What interests me is this one particular moment where Ludwig says this about uploading YouTube videos.
One quick key, by the way, if you guys are ever uploading videos, they'll use whatever the video's file name is for the algorithm.
I have heard this claim a million times. I heard it when I was just getting my YouTube channel started. And what's odd about it is that there's never been any evidence at all that this is the case.
Because so many YouTubers see the algorithm as this like weird entity that works in mysterious ways, it does seem like it could be possible for creators to believe that the font you pick in the thumbnail really matters because the algorithm uses it to sort your videos. Or maybe putting I survived at the beginning of a title of a video of you having like the best day of your life helps trick the algorithm into thinking that you are Mr. Beast. And for people whose entire livelihoods is YouTube, and maybe they have a ton of employees, and so every video has to be a banger, otherwise you have to let people go, maybe you're more likely to cling on to some old wives' tales of YouTube. Or maybe it's just blatant stealing. Maybe they just want to confuse viewers into thinking that they are the person they're stealing from, a la ratatouille. This type of thing always happens on YouTube and probably will always happen. And my biggest gripe with it is it just makes YouTube so boring, you know? Boring, unlike this next guy I want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the king of stealing content on YouTube, Brent Joseph Rivera! Go straight to your room, young man!
Come on, I'm dead. I'm watching TV.
What's up, guys? I'm recording this part of the video from the secret gaming room I built in the White House. It's very possible you've seen videos about Brent Rivera stealing content before. He's been doing it for years, and I think he's the final boss of content theft for 2 reasons. Number 1, the way he steals the vast majority of the time is just pure plagiarism. It's not like he's re-uploading other people's content. He's using other people's ideas, but pretending like they were his ideas. And 2, longevity. Brent has been making content since Vine. I really feel like he should know how to come up with his own ideas by now. Like I said, we all start out taking inspiration from other people, but like, I think you've been doing it long enough where you don't have any more excuses, Brent. You gotta kind of learn how to make videos on your own. And it actually is strange because he copies from other creators a lot, but sometimes he does come up with his own videos and makes original thumbnails, and they do decently well. So why does Brent still resort to stealing so often? Does he just do it for fun at this point? Like for old time's sake? In a way, he's kind of like the Hamburglar of YouTube. He's like, I just am a thief. I don't know what you want me to do. It's part of my identity. I could choose not to dress like a burglar and wear a little burglar mask, but I prefer people know. Oh, you want me to change? You want me to stop being a burglar? It's my fucking name. Why didn't you tell Ronald McDonald to stop being a clown? Or Grimace to stop having a big juicy purple ass? That's right, you wouldn't. Brent practices a strategy on YouTube that unfortunately is pretty popular right now, where creators will scour other YouTubers' pages for their most popular videos and then just remake them. Same title, same thumbnail, nothing changed. This method, unfortunately, does work really well. One time Brent copied my friend Eddie's thumbnail down to almost every detail, except he just changed what kind of restaurant he was going to. This is a weird example because it's literally the same thumbnail, but he did change it technically. While Eddie's video asks, what toll will it take on me to eat at the same kids restaurant in different locations over and over for weeks? Brent's video asks, how sick would it be if I ate a bunch of really good food?
I'm going to every single Gordon Ramsay restaurant in America.
The answer will shock you.
First impressions, this restaurant is sick.
Wait, that didn't shock me. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. It's sick.
Hi, Brent. Hi, Drew. It's Gordon.
Oh, there's no way that's you.
Of course it's me. That's why I'm FaceTiming you live. Listen.
Why did he say it like that? Now I feel like he's not FaceTiming them live. Now, to be fair to Brent, he actually did credit Eddie in the description for using a similar thumbnail to him, but then he deleted that credit and changed the thumbnail to be copying this YouTuber instead. Brent, what's going on, man? Are you okay? He's like on a mission to copy as many YouTubers as possible. He can't even copy one YouTuber per video anymore. Now, while his thumbnail stealing is pretty bad, to give him credit, the actual videos themselves are usually pretty different. They're mostly just scripted sketches like this video, I expose the world's most evil teacher. This thumbnail is copied from a Rebecca Zamolo video, and in her video, Rebecca is testing one-star teachers to make sure they never teach preschool to her daughter.
Today we're exposing the worst rated teachers. Zadie is going to be going to preschool soon, and we cannot let her get taught by any of these horrible teachers.
Still don't really know how that works exactly, but Brent's video is about a principal of a middle school who tells Brent that if he can spend the entire day with the world's strictest teacher, then he can become principal for a day.
Last week, the principal of the world's strictest school proposed a bet that if I spent a full day with the world's strictest teacher, he would let me be principal for an entire day at Iron Will Academy.
I don't know why the principal is making this offer to Brent, a man in his 20s with none of the relevant training. Perhaps more concerning though, I don't know why Brent is so eager and determined to become principal of a random middle school. I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared to find out.
About what? This is the last person I want to see on my weekend.
What? The last person you want to see on your weekend is the principal of a middle school you don't go to? Guys, you're all adults. He has no power over you in this circumstance. Just tell him to fuck off. Do it. Tell the principal to fuck off. In this kid's video, tell him to fuck off. So they end up spending the day with this strict teacher, and sure, she's like mean to them, but honestly, I would be too. I wouldn't want these three strange boys becoming principal either.
Ow! What? Oh my gosh! Why are you slapping me in the face with a hot dog? Because it's funny! What?
Even the kids hate Brent and his friends in this video. They cheer when they get punished. One of the kids tries to beat the shit out of them. They're like, yeah, our teacher might have been bad, but at least she is a teacher. You guys are just three weirdos. I think we have to kill you.
What are you doing with Miss Harshman's water bottle?
Oh, I filled it up with toilet water. Bro, that's actually a really funny idea.
This water tastes like...
I don't know what their goal was with that. They're supposed to get through the entire day without getting in trouble. And they're like, well, maybe if we try to poison the teacher, she'll be so dead that she can't snitch on us. It's the perfect crime. So strange plot and bad morals aside, it is just a scripted kids video. They're decently well produced for a YouTube video. I mean, Brent hired actors, rented a location for this. Outside of the content theft, Brent truly is working hard to make the world a different place. On TikTok, on the other hand, he actually does just steal videos completely, word for word, shot for shot, no credit given the vast majority of the time. But actually, the most confusing example I've seen of Brent stealing content, and the one that has stuck with me the most for whatever reason, is his music. Brent occasionally posts comedic music videos, and I guess I have the assumption that when a YouTuber starts releasing music, it's kind of like a passion project for them. You know, maybe your regular videos have become too much of a full-time job when they used to be a hobby, so you start exploring new creative outlets where you can let your real creative spirit shine. Not Brent. This is Brent's music video for Doing It Wrong, a song about that uncomfortable feeling when things are just a little bit off, like uneven hoodie strings, or eating bubble tape like this, or uneven pizza slices. And this is Red and Link's music video for My OCD, which is about that uncomfortable feeling when things are just a little bit off, like uneven hoodie strings, eating bubble tape like this, or all these other jokes Brent copied.
It's my OCD, it's just my OCD.
I was honestly very shocked when I realized this. I found it from this Reddit thread that basically accuses Brent of stealing their song. Red and Link's song is their most viewed video on their main channel. It's probably up there with some of the most crowning achievements of their career. The song has 62 million views, and then here comes Brent to steal it joke for joke, even including a sketch at the beginning that's super similar. Red and Link starts with this kind of like psychological evaluation sketch, and Brent starts with him talking to a psychologist. Brent even went out of his way to almost word for word copy a disclaimer that Rhett and Link put in their description. Note, we understand OCD is an important mental disorder that significantly affects the lives of millions of people. Brent's reads, important note. I understand that OCD is a serious mental disorder that significantly affects the lives of millions of people across the globe. Now, I should point out that the thumbnail and title copying Brent Rivera does is in no way limited to Brent Rivera. This happens a lot on YouTube. It's actually a pretty big problem, I would say. It seems like almost every big kids channel does it, but even creators you wouldn't think do it do kind of just take other popular ideas all the time. Even creators that would like you to think they don't. I don't know if you guys know who Arak is, but here he is in a video calling out Brent for stealing his thumbnails.
Brent Rivera, you are most likely to copy my thumbnails.
And then here he is stealing a thumbnail. Here's Mr. Beast copying a thumbnail almost exactly. Brent particularly has done this so much and been called out for it so many times that I'm actually kind of amazed he hasn't let the criticism get to him or stop him. Brent probably has enough money to never have to work again. He probably has a ton of people working for him who could be coming up with original ideas around the clock. But instead, he insists on copying other creators. Maybe copying content is just so fun that he literally cannot stop. Well, I intend to find out. On day one, I followed Brent on TikTok and YouTube, turned on his notifications, and as luck would have it, on the very first day, he posted a TikTok.
Oh wow, this is a nice car.
Thank you. G-Wagon, AMG. Here, hop in.
My ex had one of these, but I think it was fake.
Fake? So fake? What do you mean by fake?
Well, his is really high up. It was kind of easier to get into this one.
Did it by chance say 4x4 anywhere?
No, but there was a math problem here, 4 times 4 squared, but he doesn't like math.
So basically the premise of the video is that his girlfriend's ex had a nicer G-Wagon than him, but it's so nice that she thought it was a fake G-Wagon because it had all these weird branding details. Brent swooping in once again with one of the most classic, relatable scenarios known to man. It's no wonder this thing has 40,000 likes. I have not only seen this type of video before, I think I've actually seen Brent make this video before.
My ex had a fake Ferrari.
Okay, if you search when her ex had a fake car, there's like a million videos with this same premise. Her ex having a fake Lambo, her ex having a fake BMW. So it's interesting because there is this fine line between copying a video and participating in a trend. This video has been remade so many different times by so many different people, it's actually hard for me to even find the original. So at this point, it kind of is a trend. Well, recreating this one's gonna be a little bit tricky because I don't have a G-Wagon. And also, I can't rent cars from Turo anymore because I got banned after my Cybertruck review. That's real. I'm not allowed to rent cars on Turo anymore because I think I made fun of the Cybertruck too bad. So I'm gonna have to come up with a bit of a workaround for this. So I recruited Eddie, who happened to be in town, to be the voice behind the camera, and away we went. You ready to film a TikTok, Eddie?
I love it. I love making TikToks. I love posting to social media. I love making Instagram Reels.
I wanted to be as true to Brent's original TikTok as possible, but due to circumstances, we did have to make some compromises. Like, Eddie couldn't really pretend to be my girlfriend, so he was just my friend, whose other friend has a nicer car, and instead of a G-Wagon, I used Laura's Audi. But overall, I think we pretty much crushed it. We even added in a sort of twist ending, and bada bing, bada boom, it was ready to post.
We actually can't be friends anymore. Sorry, you gotta hop out.
Yo, what's up, brother? You ready to go? Wait, English or Spanish? No, I'm just kidding. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. A level 10 gun.
Yo, I'm gonna rizz her up.
No, don't.
Are you Libby Dunn or just from Ohio? Chad, am I cooked? Never mind, sorry.
What's up, brother? Oh, dude, look, a level 10 baddie. You think I have a chance? That's why I'm the Rizzler. That's why I'm wanted for murder. Skibbity toilet Riz. Grimace shake.
Okay, a couple days later, Brent has posted a second TikTok. I went and searched a bit on TikTok. I searched this caption, and I didn't find this exact TikTok anywhere, so this might be a Brent Rivera original. This is a bit of a trend, a person who speaks only in brain rot being like Gen Alpha TikTok slang. But I haven't seen any other in this exact format where it's two people talking in the car. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. They came up with an original idea. I will say, compared to the car TikTok that they just stole, this one is not doing as well. It has 50,000 views and only 5,000 likes. I was not thrilled to replicate this one. It was a little bit tough to get through. Not that the TikTok's like that bad. I actually thought that this dude Dom did a pretty good job. His delivery on some of the lines is pretty funny, like when he says, "Chat, am I cooked?" after trying to hit on a girl.
Chat, am I cooked?
I thought that was kind of funny. It didn't feel like a video I would make, so it just felt very unnatural to me. But anyway, let's go ahead and post it. So if Brent took inspiration from a different TikTok, it probably had like millions of likes. And then if Brent's ripoff of that got 5,000 likes, then I think doing the math on this, my ripoff should get 2 likes. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Whoa, dude, a level 10 yacht.
Alright, just wanted to give you an update on the TikTok so far. After posting 2 TikToks, it does seem like people are starting to catch on that I might be copying Brent. Is Danny doing the same videos as Brent Rivera? So, you caught me. Yes, I am. So 2 videos in, and people are already figuring out that I'm just copying Brent. So that just goes to show that if you want to copy other creators online, it's not gonna take very long for people to start noticing that you're doing that. I guess people were like, well, the first one could have just been a coincidence, but once you do it twice, then it's a pattern. And 3rd time is a charm. Once I do this 1 more time, people will be charmed by my videos. Another interesting note is the TikToks are doing really well. The first one almost has 2 million views, the second one 2.3 million, and I think they both have more likes even than Brent's TikTok. This one has 300,000, the second one has 500,000, and Brent's TikTok, oh, wait. Oh, did Brent? Oh, okay, Brent deleted his TikTok. I guess it wasn't getting enough likes. That's crazy. He just deleted it because it wasn't doing well enough. That's actually pretty surprising, though, that it didn't do well, because mine did great. Mine has 500,000 likes. I don't know, Brent. I would post it again, honestly. This one's crushing. So now that I've posted 2 TikToks, and Brent has posted 2 TikToks, but he's deleted one of them, it's kind of like I'm more Brent than even he is. And would you say that's a good thing? You know, I never thought it could be so cool to be just like Brent. In a way, my new content strategy was even better than his. It seems like so much work to scour the web to find content to steal, but all I have to do is just steal everything Brent makes. It feels like I've got some kind of cheat code, like those websites that let you see senator stock trades. The work has already been done. All that's left to do is profit. As a content creator, I put so much pressure on myself to be coming up with video ideas all the time, so it's nice to just kick back, relax, and let Brent do all the work for a change. Maybe I could keep this up for even more than a week. Maybe I could do a month, even a year. The day that I have been long dreading has finally arrived. Brent has posted a YouTube video. He actually posted it 4 days ago, but then the weekend came and I didn't want to work on it on the weekend, and then a couple more days passed, so he actually posted it a few days ago, but I'm gonna recreate it now. It's called I Exposed the World's Most Evil Babysitter.
Today, I'm exposing the world's most evil babysitters. These babysitters are so evil, they're banned from literally every website.
They're banned from Yelp? I can understand them being banned from specifically babysitter websites, like you shouldn't be able to book them through babysitter websites. But being banned from Yelp? That seems kind of counterproductive. I think we should keep them on Yelp if they're really that bad.
I'm gonna be exposing the babysitters to their parents in hopes of getting them fired.
They're going into these homes with the evil babysitters, and they're gonna expose how evil they are. That way the parents will fire the babysitter. You would think that being banned from every babysitter website would be enough for these parents. Like, I don't know why Brent needs to come in and prove it to them. Let's skip forward and see what kind of evil stuff this babysitter's gonna do.
This review says she super glued a kid to the toilet because he wasn't doing his homework.
Ow! Well, that's a crappy situation.
Oh, that's kind of a crappy situation. Child abuse. Yeah, that's not good.
And things were bad right from the start.
Can you believe these people? What am I getting honked at for? A-hole!
I like that this evil babysitter is just an elderly woman that doesn't drive well. She's evil! You know, just watching her, she knows damn well how to drive. She's just doing this on purpose. And then a lot of the video seems like Brent and his friends pulling pranks on these babysitters. So they may be evil, but you know, Brent is kind of fighting fire with fire. Two wrongs doesn't make a right, Brent.
You all leave. Okay. Now, what is going on? You go stand in the corner.
Why is my daughter in the corner?
Okay, so they throw a fake party to get the babysitter mad at the kid so that the babysitter yells at the kid, and then they have the parents come back in after the party has left to be like, look, she's crazy.
They had a party, a mariachi party.
She's yelling at this girl for throwing a party. There's no party here. So it seems like in this one, they've basically framed the babysitter. So I'm gonna have to recreate this video, at least the title and thumbnail. But luckily when Brent copies a video on YouTube, he usually doesn't copy the actual video. He just copies the title and thumbnail. So I can kind of do the same thing. I can use the same title, same thumbnail, but then make the video itself kind of about whatever I want. So I thought about doing a commentary on the world's most evil real babysitters, but then I started to read up on it, and it was way too depressing for a comedy video. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this crazy website called The News, but there's some crazy stuff on it. Anyway, I found this YouTube channel called Generation Hope that basically makes low-budget Darman style videos, and they had one about an evil babysitter, so I got to work filming a video about that. Then I took a picture of myself for the thumbnail and uploaded it to my second channel. That night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't help thinking about something I'd said earlier that day. Two wrongs doesn't make a right, Brent. I thought by stealing content I could have some fun, grow my following, and most importantly, to be honest, kind of give Brent a taste of his own medicine a little bit, but is it worth it? That night, Brent posted 2 more TikToks that I was supposed to steal tomorrow. Both stolen from other creators, and sure, if I stole them, it could be really awesome, and I could get a ton of views. But the TikToks are so similar to the original that I wouldn't just be stealing from Brent. I'd be stealing from the person he's stealing from, too. Would I be giving Brent a taste of his own medicine? Or would I be giving the original creator a second taste of Brent's medicine? I've already gained 50,000 followers from the 2 TikToks I've posted. Stolen TikToks. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Alright, I do have to recreate these 2 final TikToks in order to complete the challenge. But I need to do so in a way that doesn't affect the original creators. So, I'm gonna recreate the TikToks, I'm gonna edit them together, and then I'm just not gonna post them. There we go, perfect. Okay, so this video is called POV Your Older Sibling is Being Nice. And nice is in quotes, so it's a bunch of scenes where Brent is acting nice. He's giving his sister the last ice cream bar, he's giving her money, but he's doing it in a classic older sibling way, where he's basically being kind of mean about it.
There's only one left. Here, have it.
Really?
Yeah, take it.
Why?
Take it!
Jeez.
Hey, Lexi, got you a coffee.
Wait, what? You got me coffee?
Yeah.
Wait, did you get me a straw?
Oh, yeah, here. This one's yours.
Wait, how much was it?
No, keep it.
Here.
Lexi, keep it.
Here.
Keep it!
So we're gonna film that here today. I got Jake here, he's gonna help me film it. Jake, say that you're gonna help me film it.
I'm gonna help him film it.
Okay, I just had to check to make sure. Oh, that's the last one. Here, you can have it.
Really?
Take it.
Why?
Take it!
Wait, why? You got me coffee?
Yeah.
Did you get me a straw?
Yeah, right here.
Oh my god.
No, this is your food.
Oh, how much was it? Here.
Oh, keep it.
No, here.
Keep it!
Here.
Keep it! Keep it! Ah! You missed? Alright, that's that's it. A week's worth of Brent Rivera content in the bag. And you know what? I feel really good about posting those videos. I got to have my fun. I got to steal some content, make a couple videos that I knew full well if I ever did decide to post them would go so freaking viral. In fact, I had so much fun that I'm gonna keep doing it. Forever. Every time Brent posts anything online from now until forever, I am going to recreate it word for word, shot for shot, and then I'm just gonna hold on to it. So Brent, next time you steal some content, just remember, bro, I'm gonna be in my own house by myself, stealing it too. So if you're ever feeling alone, just remember that. Brent, if you're watching this and you somehow made it this far into the video, I could understand seeing all these people criticize you and having the mentality that these people are just haters, these people are just jealous. But look, man, I don't hate you. I understand you're just making videos on the internet. It probably doesn't seem like the biggest deal in the world to copy other people. Do I think you're an irredeemable person or even like the most evil person on YouTube? No, of course not. Do I think that you frequently make shady decisions to further your career? Yeah. We're both successful creators and we've both been doing this for long enough that we should be driving forces of creativity on this platform, or at the very least not using other smaller creators as rungs on a ladder to advance your own career. Maybe you don't particularly care about getting respect from other creators and literally the only thing that you're prioritizing is your bottom line. Or maybe you feel like you're making a difference in the lives of the kids who watch your videos, and so in your mind that justifies being able to do whatever to get to that position. From watching your videos, I do get the sense that you have a good time making them. I feel like if I was you, my favorite part of the job would be like getting on camera with your friends and goofing around. You probably like the parts of your job where you're coming up with funny ideas of what to do in your sketches. And I honestly would have no problem with your content if you just focused on doing that. I can tell you from experience, and I know a lot of other YouTubers feel the same way, that the more you try to exploit the algorithm or trick the system into gaining followers, like this game of copying other popular ideas, the more soul-sucking and draining this job becomes. So if you're in it because you like goofing around or you like making an impact on kids' lives, focus on that. That's awesome. I saw that TikTok someone made about you recently that you responded to, saying that your job is like their nightmare job, making content that's relatable to middle schoolers or high schoolers. And you responded with a bunch of TikToks basically saying that, you know, you make an impact on a lot of kids' lives. It did seem like a little bit like you were using the sick kids in those videos to like kind of really drive that point home. It felt a little bit weird to me. But I do disagree with the original TikTok in that I don't think that making content for young people has to be inherently this, you know, shady pursuit. As long as it's actually for kids, which I also think that you've kind of missed the mark on sometimes, and you're not blatantly plagiarizing other people, I don't think there's any problem with that. And I would have so much respect for you if you just like owned that. Having the mentality that it's okay to steal content from other people because you're making such an impact on other people's lives feels to me more like you're patting yourself on the back rather than really trying to make an effort to be like a good creative force in these kids' lives. So look, dude, I think that there's room for you for an awesome path forward. Are you gonna be the guy who stole content from other people and tricked the algorithm and used other creators as pawns all the way to the top? Or are you gonna be the guy that pursued what he loves? Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. After making this video and watching all of that stolen content, I feel like I wanna go like a whole week without watching any content. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.